INFJs are a mismatch to most people. That isn't news, or is it? Because I so often talk to INFJs trying to convince other people that they're actually on the same page. Maybe it's just a communication problem. Maybe I didn't explain myself well enough. Maybe it's my fault. Or maybe they're suffering. That's why we're not getting along. That's why there's this underlying tension that I feel all the time. But the truth is, we are a mismatch to most people. And that doesn't have to be a problem. You're still going to find enough people who can fill up your life in a way that makes you feel complete, connected, and excited. And the biggest problem that I see with INFJs is the fact that they're spending so much time trying to convince the wrong people to understand them. So today we're going to talk about the 5 reasons why INFJs are a mismatch to most people, why that actually isn't our problem, and how we can thrive through that whole process. Before we get started, I want to let you know I created a new poster for you. It's called the INFJ Mastery 5 Keys to Unlocking Your Best Life. You can download it through the link in the description. And if you want to take it to the next level and really kick off your INFJ Epic Life journey, get the INFJ Epic Life audio guide today. Everything you need to know you can find down below. Reason number 1, INFJs need deep conversations, deep topics, and most people stay on surface level. This is something that I experience over and over again because we so often feel that everybody actually wants to be deep like this with us. And it's our fault. I hear this over and over again. Like, I'm not kidding, of INFJs who say, well, I opened up to my aunt, or I opened up to a friend of mine, or to my therapist, and I get this reaction of, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing this? This is too deep. Or why are you thinking so much? Like that kind of reaction. And that in itself isn't the problem. The problem is that we think there's something wrong with us, that it's us who has to change, when in reality, this is a person you shouldn't be opening up to. And when you get to a place where you know, okay, I'm going to create a life that doesn't really put me in situations where I open up naturally to just people around me until they have proven to me that this is a person who can go there with me, you're not going to have these problems. Like, I still have enough people in my life who don't go so deeply with me, but they know that this is what I want, this is what I need. And if you're judging it in any kind of way, you don't have a space in my life. And you don't have to be direct about it. You don't have to make like a big deal out of it. You just have to learn from it. You have to understand that this is normal. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's just a different way of looking at life. And once you really stop judging yourself or others for it, you can really reassess how you want that relationship to continue. Because even we as INFJs, we want some surface level interactions. And even if we want to go deep with another person, maybe it's a parent of yours, just think of it in a way of, I can go deep with them within topics that are comfortable for us both. And they're going to be topics and areas that I cannot go deep with them. And that's okay, because I'm not trying to get all my needs met through this one relationship. I'm going to get my needs met, the fact that I want a deep and fulfilling life, through the fact how I set up my life. And through that, I automatically get closer and closer to people who want to have those deep conversations, who want to really experience life in this deep, meaningful way, and really distance myself from others. And the funny thing about this is that most people will actually opt out. You don't have to actively push people out or anything. The point though here is to not feel rejected about it, to just see it in a different appreciation for life, different things we're focusing on, and we all are valuable. We all have something to offer. This is what I like. This is what I get to offer. Is it a match or not? And if it's not, let's just say at a little bit bigger of psychological distance, and we're all going to be happy in the process. Reason number 2, INFJs process life differently and get misunderstood because of it. Most people don't look at life in this intuitive way we do. They don't look at it from this big picture perspective. They don't look at hidden patterns. They don't really question others' motives in the way we do. And so every single time you try to explain all of that, you're going to get puzzled reactions. People are going to think that you're crazy. People are going to think that there's something wrong with you. People are going to question your sanity. And the most frustrating part about it is that people underestimate you. They really don't know where you have this information or why you think like you can really get stuff done when there's no evidence for it. but we do see the evidence. It's just not readily available for everybody else. And so it's on us to understand that it's nobody's fault. Like, I still get frustrated when I get reactions from my loved ones in a way of, how do you know this? Like, why do you think this is happening? What are you basing your instincts on? And for me, something is so clear, and I recognize how much I'm being underestimated in that moment, because I know I'm going to pull through this because I pulled through the last 10 things that happened in my life. So I'm definitely going to be able to manage that. But it's actually that frustration that should show us that people just are simply not able to see what we can see in that moment. And again, that doesn't have to be a problem. We can actually create immense results because we are able to see something that people are not able to see yet. We can make something real because we see the patterns, because we see how things are going to develop. And now it's on us to say, let me go that path. Let me not just keep it in my mind and then get frustrated because nobody believes in my ideas. Well, are you believing in your ideas that much that you're betting on them? If the answer is no, trust me, you're not alone. But you can definitely do this. And this is the path forward. The ideas you have, the insights you have, bet on them. Make them your reality. Like, really turn your life around because of them. If you know how things are going to develop, if you have a strong hunch about it, like, yeah, we're going to make mistakes. It's not like we can see everything. But most of the time, we have a pretty good idea how things could develop in our favor. So let's go for it. Let's not say, oh, I have this insight, others don't, so I can't really work on it. I actually have to be there for others and help them fulfill their potential. Well, if you're not creating your life in a way that inspires others, they're not going to listen to you anyway. So stop feeling bad about it. See this as a gift. This is an amazing opportunity. You have to bet on yourself. That's everything we talk about in the audio guide. That's all we do in bootcamp, is to learn, like practically learn how to bring your insights into reality, how to make it concrete and real. Because guess what? The best thing about it is that more people will actually be able to connect with you, because what was first in your mind now becomes concrete and therefore is easier understandable for others. So if I, for example, say, well, I have all of these ideas how I want to help INFJs become their best selves, and the people around me think like, okay, so this is an idea, and now, like, who says that this is anything that is actually feasible? Well, now they can't say that anymore because I am where I am. I have the success that I have. I am going towards 100K subscribers. So this is a concrete thing that people can see. And so often we shy away from that because we think making things concrete isn't really going to make us happy, but that's not what we're doing it. It's really proving to ourselves that we can really use our ideas and make them into something real. We can actually help others. We can create a better world, and it starts with us. We start creating a better life for our future self, for our family, for our environment, our community, whatever it may be. And it's based on what you see in your mind. So instead of trying to explain to others what you see and get frustrated because they're not getting it, just show them, because then it's undeniable. Reason number 3, INFJs give too much and often get taken advantage because of it. INFJs are natural givers. We like to give attention. We like to give understanding. We like to give others a path forward. It's a natural urge of us. It's what we love to do. But if we're not careful, people are going to think that we're weak. They're not going to understand the fact that we're giving because we have so much to give and because we just love it so much, because we see potential, because we see when somebody is in pain and we want to relieve them of that pain. They're not able to see it, particularly people who are in pain themselves. They can't really see anything beyond that. They can't see how much you're giving to them because they don't know the alternative. That being said, I'm not saying you have to teach people or that you cannot give. I love to give. Like, if you really have to force me not to give and to be like all take, like, I wouldn't enjoy my life. But at the same time, we have to understand that people who they take because that's what they need at that moment. And you cannot make them stop. A taker will never, ever stop. It's not in their nature. It's not how things work. Even if it's a good person, it just doesn't work this way. The only way it really works is if the giver stops giving. And the thing I've learned the most is that since I want to give so much, I have to find an outlet that is healthy. I have to do it in a way where I'm being respected. I have to do it in a way where I'm either getting something back. So it's really a relationship of give and take. And it's not one where you feel like you're the fixer, you're the therapist, you're the cheerleader, and that's all that you are. And friendships and romantic relationships and work relationships, like really look into this. I still work on this. This is really a matter of having really strong boundaries. And strong boundaries in this sense is like, this is what I'm going to do if you cannot respect me. I will behave differently as a consequence. I will remove myself from the situation. I will stop giving if you don't change your behavior. And then really pull through with it. And please don't question your worth in the whole process, thinking like, oh, why don't they think I deserve to be treated better? I have given that person so much. Why do they keep trying to take advantage of me? They just can't do it any better. That still doesn't justify you being treated this way, but it's not on them to respect you in that way. It's on you to demand that respect and have a consequence if they don't. Reason number 4, INFJ is the rarest type, or one of the most rarest types on the world. So we're talking 1 to 2%. So we're naturally going to have fewer matches. We are wired differently than most people, meaning if you're an ISTJ or an ISFJ, you're going to come across other people who are so much more like you. Of course, it's not that easy. That's why the INFJ community on the internet is so big, is because we don't naturally get to have these interactions, but here is a place where we can connect. So that's why I'm so happy that we're living in this day and time where we can have those connections, where we can't really meet each other and really talk about the things that matter to us most. But if you know that the way you're wired is just rare, you're not going to question the fact that you're just not going to meet that many people that you vibe with. And at the same time, it doesn't have to make you sad. Like, I understand it. I've experienced this for decades, but you can really change the entire narrative. I don't feel sad. I don't feel disconnected. I don't feel lonely at all. And I'm not saying it coming from a place of, oh, I'm a hermit and I have just, settled for life. No, I actually feel really connected with you. I feel really happy with how my life is turning out. And so I encourage you, really communicate with people who are like you. That doesn't mean that this has to be your romantic relationship or that those people have to be your best friends. In my case, none of my friends in real life are INFJs. My husband is not an INFJ. My parents, my brother, nobody. My kids are not INFJs. But that is okay. I get so many of my needs met while talking to you, and I get everything else through the people that I love in my life. So I encourage you, make it even more clear who you are. If you go on a dating website, if you look for new friends, if you join a new theater group, don't try to pretend you're somebody that you're not. People are either going to vibe with you or they're not. And the more ambiguous you're keeping the situation of who you are, the more you have to interact with people in a way that just makes you feel not seen. It's way better to be seen and being disliked than to hide because you think that's the only way you're going to get accepted. You'll be fine and the world will adapt. Reason number 5, INFJs want authenticity, but the world runs on masks. For the longest time, I have tried to help people unveil that mask, thinking that we all want authenticity, that they're just afraid of unmasking themselves, that they're just not willing or strong enough or feel confident enough to remove their mask. But the truth is, that's just not the case. A lot of people don't care to be authentic in the way we want to be authentic, and that's okay. Let people be who they are and don't really look at it from the perspective of, oh, they're, hiding something. It's just what they need to go through life. And there are certain things we need to go through life, meaning I'm not telling everybody my business. I'm not telling everybody who I am because I know that it's probably not going to be fruitful in the way I want it to be. So I'm really careful who I share my truth with, but that means that I'm going all into the relationships and situations where I can be most of myself, and I remove myself from situations where I have to play a role in order to not rock the boat too much. Really be intentional about what situations you put yourself in and do it with conviction. If you want to be as authentic as you are and the people around you wearing masks are going to be upset by it, then stay your ground and let them move out of your way. You are not the one who has to back off. But if you do this, you know this is going to be a fight until it isn't. And so be very intentional in what situations you want to do this. So for example, at family gatherings, it's definitely worth it because those are people that you're probably going to be around with for a very long time. You still want to go to Christmas dinner. You still want to be with your family on birthdays. And you cannot really go through that whole process trying to, not rock the boat, trying to not walk on eggshells. If you do this, you will constantly suffer and there will always be some back and forth with it. That being said, you don't have to tell everybody what you're doing about your job, what you're doing about your relationships. You can keep it non-dramatic, but at the same time, don't really pretend like you're somebody that you're not. If you stand firm on your truth, be that and be okay with it. So what does this mean? Do we have to go through life thinking that we're going to feel alone because most people are different? Not at all. It actually means you have to go all in. You have to be as much of yourself as you can possibly be, meaning you're going to bet on yourself completely. You're going to start living a life based on what you want. You're going to create a job, a career, whatever you want to do based on what makes you happy, what makes you fulfilled. You're going to go for friendships where you're being appreciated and not just tolerated in any kind of way where you have to bend yourself. And that is actually easier said than done because the clearer you make it, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for, the easier it is for people to sort themselves out. Just think of it like this. Let's say you have a profile on a dating website. The clearer you make it, I'm only looking for something long-term. Like for example, I'm only looking for marriage. I'm looking for somebody who wants to grow with me. I'm looking for somebody who's, on their own path, who's open, who's looking for a partner, of somebody who's, doing their own thing, whatever it may be. The more clear you become on what you want, the more people are going to sort themselves out. If you are there in a way of, I'm open for everything and let's see where things are headed, yeah, you're going to attract people and waste your time on people that are not on your wavelength. The clearer you make it, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, the more people are going to know how to react towards you. And people will come closer to you that might have never seen you before because now they're aware of who you really are. And people who are not, just get out of your way. So I don't think the fact that we are mismatched to most people is actually a problem. But it is a challenge. It is something that we have to take on. If we really let ourselves go in a way of, okay, I'm just going to give up, I'm not going to meet any friends or people that understand me. Yeah, we're going to live that life. We're not going to be the people who can just, go with the flow of what society wants from us and be completely happy. No, we have to create our own path. But when we do that, when we take on that path, when we actually do what we're meant to do here, which is, let the world know how we see it and inspire people through that, we're going to find our people. We're going to find our community and we're going to find the people that fulfill us, that build us up and that encourage us. If you want to join our community of like-minded INFJs creating their INFJ epic life, then join BOOTCAMP. We're going to have our next live call February 22nd. You can also get the audio guide today. And remember the free new poster I created for you. All of that you can find through the links in the description. And if you want to watch another video now that is in alignment with today's topic, then check out the video you see on the screen right now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.